Now as you're walking around up in a ceiling, see there's all kinds of things you got to watch out for. See here, there's wires that go across the joist. Here's a plumbing pipe. It could be a vent. It's probably a vent. And then here you've got an exhaust vent coming off of an exhaust fan. Here you've got an eyeball can light down in here, see? And they're not supposed to have blow-in insulation too close to this. Even when you cut regular batt insulation, usually lots of your can lights will say how far to keep it away from the can in case that can gets hot. You know what I mean? Look at your manufacturer recommendations when you buy your can lights, and some might not have an issue. Okay, others may. All right, and you know, usually your electrical wires, inspectors will let those wires go across the joist like that, as long as they're real close down towards the corner there like that, because chances are nobody's going to be walking there. But right through this middle area, an inspector wouldn't let you put a wire going across like that unless if there's a 2x4 going along flat ways all the way across here, you know, keeping your trusses in line before you install your sheetrock or something. You can put wire on that on the side of a 2x4 so you don't walk on it. So chances are I'm not going to walk on anything like that, but there's a gas line over there. See, you got to be careful not to trip over anything as you go, so just move slowly and carefully. Okay, now see, like right here, my foot is on the bottom of the truss, the top edge of the bottom truss right here goes across that way. And then see, there's a 2x4 that goes across here, and chances are it continues on that way, and it continues on that way. So if you had to run a wire, you're not supposed to run it on the top. You're supposed to put it on the side, and you can staple it on the side. An inspector will let you do that if you have to, but not across where you can walk on top of the trusses. And if you don't have trusses, you'll have ceiling joists. And usually on ceiling joists, if you have now this is a truss, so you can tell by these. You've got a piece coming down, you got one coming at an angle, one coming out down here. You know that's a full truss. You can see those all the way along there, see? But if you don't see all that, then you know somebody hand built the roof, and you're just gonna have a rafter up here. And then you're not going to have all these other deals up here and these angled pieces and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have something slightly different. And you're going to be like, okay, where do I walk down here? Well, usually the floor joist or ceiling joist is going to be nailed to the edge of a roof rafter. So it's going to be either on the left-hand side of this rafter or the right-hand side. So if you're like that, you're not quite sure where to walk, feel your hand down in there, and you'll probably feel where there's a floor joist or ceiling joist here and one over here and so forth. Okay, you just gotta be mindful of all that kind of stuff as you're walking up here. All right, let's keep on going. And this is a good a good attic. I mean, my word, look how tall this attic is. You know, you almost have put a little studio in here somewhere. But then it would have to have been built all differently and designed differently, and the roof load would have to be calculated, and the floor joist would have to be different because you'd have a load up here of people walking up here, furniture being put up here, all that kind of good stuff. So you can't just start cutting things out. Don't ever think you can just cut, oh, I'll just cut something out of a truss system or something like that, consult a professional and anything like that. If you think, hey man, there's enough room in here for a room, let's see, call somebody who's got experience and, you know, see if it can't be done. But lots of times ceilings aren't as tall as this. Sometimes you have to crawl. Sometimes I have to crawl on my hands and knees and bend down real far and stuff. But this one looks pretty good so far. So good. Whew. Now see all the way down there? Look, see that big duct? Look, that's that air return. I know that's the air return towards the kitchen. And our light is over that way a little bit. So I can keep pulling the light right down through this area here. Whew. And actually what I might do is kind of slide over that way, because see how these V down in both directions? I can step in between those, down in between, because on these angles, if I want, see, I'm still walking on the bottom of the joist. You see right there, I could walk on the V on down if I needed to. So see, there's a V there, so I could keep walking on down that way. I only have so much cord. I think I have enough. I've got another extension cord, but I don't really think I'm going to need it. Even if my light doesn't go all the way, then I can just leave it on. I think we'll have enough. Or I'll have to go back and get my flashlight or something. Okay. Beautiful. Huh.